The heat is on. Babe! Can you turn off the heat, please? Can you turn off the heat, please? Also, I got bullied for wearing hair extensions. Now look where we are. Now look where we are. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kim. I have the hiccups. And I've noticed that I have some new subscribers. Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. If you're enjoying this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. So today I've been dragging my foot on I'm gonna do a story time. I'm gonna do a story time. I'm not a story time channel. However, I do like sharing bits and pieces of myself with you guys. So yeah, that's what this is. I'm gonna be telling you guys about the time that I came to America, my experience coming to America, and all that good jazz. But while doing that, I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me, so we're gonna chit chat and do that. I've already done my eyebrows. We're also gonna be burning some sage for good vibes and good energy. I am thinking about doing story times like once a month on Sundays. Let me know what you guys think about that. And we're burning it for good energy, because whenever I tell story times on my channel, it's not for any malicious intent, it's not for any other reason but just to tell my side of the story, and that's it. Okay, so I've already done my eyebrows, and yeah, let's get started. So I came to America when I was about 12-13 years old. And I came, and before I even came to America, I'm from Jamaica, but the part that I lived in was very poor. Didn't really grow up with much, all that good jazz. What ended up happening is my dad ended up bringing his children to America, which is nice because he was in America. He's also Jamaican. Both of my parents are Jamaican. Okay, I was born there. What happened was, before I even came to America, I burned my hand with a candle. And it's weird, and it was on the, I think it was like the day before I had to come to America. So yeah, so that was interesting. Like, as a kid, you're not thinking anything about it. You're not thinking anything about why you burned your hand. You're just like, whatever. But now I'm looking back at it, I'm like, was this foreshadowing? I don't know. Was this foreshadowing? Yeah. So anyways, came to America. My stepmom, I believe, came and she picked us up, me and my brother, and that was pretty much that. Got here, everything was going fine. I was enrolled in school, and it was 5th grade. Now 5th grade memories. I was enrolled in 5th grade, and it was cool. I was like, okay, this is interesting, this is new. My first day, they was like, I was meeting, you know, on your first day, you introduce yourself. So I pretty much came in like the middle of the semester, I guess. So I stand up, I had my thick Jamaican accent, and I introduced myself. How this went was, it was fine, you know. And then there was another Jamaican girl in the class, but she was dark skinned, and people were like, well, you're not dark skinned, so how we know you Jamaican? Huh? There's Bob Marley and all his picnic them. They're all Jamaican and they're all light skinned. There's Sean Paul. So it was just like really, I was taken back because like as a kid, as a foreigner, you're just kind of like chilling. You don't know what's going on. Your parents are like, okay, now you're going to the school, and that was it. So I was kind of taken back. The girl, she stood up for me. Her name, I don't think none of them are gonna mind me saying their name, but her name is Shanika, and she just, I think she stood up for me, and she was just like, I like Shanika. She was like really, I don't know, she stood up for me. And then because my accent was so thick, no one could understand what I was saying. And I had these two friends, Jasmine and Kalia, and they understood what I was saying. I don't really understand how they understood what I was saying. I don't think what I was saying was confusing or anything, but kids are ignorant. So they didn't understand what I was saying, and so those two friends kind of latched on to me, and they started helping me out. And then they were making fun of how I was dressing, because I would wear my dress with my leggings, my stockings, hot, whatever you want to call it, and my shoes, and my hair was kind of, I have 4C hair, so no one knew how to take care of my hair back home nor in America. So everybody was like perming it and doing all sorts of things to my hair. What else happened? 5th grade was terrible. I got bullied for my accent. I got bullied for, I think I like this guy named Jason, and it was this Hispanic girl that bullied me. It was this white girl that bullied me. It was this Haitian girl that bullied me. You guys, I was so confused. Like, I had to go to summer school because like everyone kept thinking like, I know like Jamaicans are smart and everything, but I'm not one of them, because when I was back home, like I said, I was poor, so I barely went to school. So when I came here, everybody was like, why are you in our class? Like, they were kind of like, aren't you a foreigner? Aren't you smarter? And I'm like, girl, I'm poor. Like, I didn't even go to school back home like that. Like, I barely had anything, so what are you talking about? So anyways, that situation happened, and I did not do good in summer school. I was bullied on the bus for summer school so much. I think we had to end up talking to the principal because it was a Haitian girl. I still don't know why she bullied me. I still have a question. I'm questioning why the Hispanic girl bullied me. As far as the white girl goes, I don't know why she bullied me. I'm so like about it. And then I ended up failing the CRCT. Y'all remember CRCT? I ended up failing it, and I had to go to summer school, like I said. As I'm there, I ended up failing it again, and my stepmom went and explained to them, like basically pleaded, like, you know, let her go on to the next grade, like she's really smart. So I ended up moving on to the next grade or whatever, to the 6th grade, and it's terrible. I freaking hate it. I freaking hate it so much. So the 6th grade is when, first of all, when I first moved to America, I was like, wow, it's so nice. It's kind of like what you see on TV. I think Sierra music video was out with Missy 1-2 Step. So I was like, oh wow, it's just like that. It looks really cool. So yeah, and then like I had pizza, and I could have fries, and I could have a burger. Like back home, that for me, that is luxury. So 6th grade was terrible. I was failing English. I was barely passing math. Also, I got bullied for wearing hair extensions. But then I remember thinking to myself, by the time we get to high school, everybody's gonna be wearing hair extensions. Now look where we are. Now look where we are. anyways, so got bullied for that as well. I had my first boyfriend. His name was Trevin. Boyfriend. He was Guyanese, I think. I don't know. What else happened? I had to learn how to count money, and that was like one of the hardest things for me. I had to learn how to count money because I didn't know how to count money. Like, before I came to America, me and my brother, we had to learn not the money, but we had to learn the address that we were going to be staying at. So we had to learn the address, we had to learn our dad's phone number, our stepmom's phone number, all that stuff, so that we can, you know, so the people them know, they know that we know where we're going. I guess we know what we're doing. I guess I don't know. After that whole thing, I hated the whole money thing. It was very confusing. I had a Hispanic friend named Laura. She had long pretty hair. She was super sweet, and I remember she gave me a money book, American money book, and that's how I was able to learn the money. It was super confusing to learn the money. I really hated it. I remember, but back home, like I said, poor, Vienna sausage is like, it's like our little lunch. It's whatever. But I came over here and I remember this girl. I guess we can change her name because I'm not a fan of her. Let's call her Sasha. Let's call her Sasha. She's light skinned, really loud. I don't care too much for her. But I remember I had my I was in my Vienna sausage, and I guess like her family is in politics and stuff like that. It's not my business. I say all this to say how when I'm eating my Vienna sausage, minding my business, okay, because I'm living my best life, and she's like, ew, da, 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 and everybody, like, people started looking like, that's what you eating, that's what you eating, and I'm like, back up. Like, get out of my face. Like, yes, I'm eating my Vienna sausage, and what? But you know, back then I was just kind of like also taken back, because I was like, why are they looking at me like that? Like, that's weird. So I was very much so confused. What else happened? I was confused. She was just really loud. Like, I really can't stand her. Like, I cannot stand that girl. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot be bothered. But I still had those two friends. They lived in my neighborhood, and they're the ones that pretty much helped me. Like, they kind of still helped me translate and stuff like that. But at that time, my accent had gotten better, and people could understand what I was saying and all that good jazz. Your girl was moving up in the world. I remember when I was failing English, like, I remember my stepmom really was like, how are you feeling English? You speak that. I started laughing like, girl, that's not even what English is about. That's not even what English is about. That shows how much you know. Like, ignorant shit. Also, I remember that they pretty much burned my hair off, which I'm gonna have like a whole story time, maybe a chit chat, I don't know, on. But they pretty much burned, my family pretty much burned my hair off, and I ended up going to school bald headed. Like, and I was getting also bullied for that. Like, dumb shit. Dumb shit. My family was very big over here, and I wasn't really close with any of my siblings, honestly, because I'm like the oldest girl. So I'm the oldest girl, then there's two little girls, then there's me, and then there's the boys. And of course all the boys are gonna hang out. The two little girls are gonna hang out because you're in the same age bracket, and then there's me. And I'm kind of down, I'm not saying I'm downplaying it, but it's just so much stories in each situation that I just can't be bothered, you know. I remember my parents, them my stepmom, my dad grounded me for failing my classes. I'm like, okay girl, whatever. Cause it's like, what do you want me to do about it? Like, I'm giving them all I got. Like, everyone was failing this class, but you know, that's also none of my business. So yeah, that's kind of like experience with just, I guess, regular schooling. Then of course went to high school. High school was better in a sense of like I guess that's when everybody started accepting foreigners, kind of like everybody started being like, oh, that's cool that you're a foreigner, oh, that's cool. I guess that's kind of what that was. And it was weird, and then everybody was not like, because when I guess I came over here in the era where the thing was light skin, like basically Lauren London. That's kind of what every guy wanted. That's kind of what everyone wanted to look like. I don't know. And then you just got me like, what's going on? Because back home, I'm just in my little bubble. I barely went to school and I was minding my business. So, and I had my brothers and sisters. I had like my other brothers and sisters. So, you know, and I came over here and it's like standards to stuff. Like everybody was kind of like aspiring to look like somebody else or be like somebody else, and that was kind of weird. I'm trying this color. It's like green. I've never tried the green before, but I'm stepping out of my comfort zone since this is my first story time with you guys. And I've said, why not? So once we got to high school, I guess that's when everyone started accepting stuff. Everyone started wearing weave. It was just a whole thing. I guess the little light skin thing faded out. Let me know if y'all had to go through that. The little light skin thing. I don't know, girl. Maybe it was just all in my head. I doubt it. Because it was pretty annoying to be in. Volleyball, I didn't like it when I got to high school. What else? That was in 9th grade. 9th grade, a lot of stuff happened. I guess that's when everybody was like, you see who your friends are. Granted, I never really had friends like that. I've always had that one friend. I never really had friends like that, you know, so that rule never really applied to me with all that stuff. I always had people that I was like, they're cool or whatever. It was never nothing deeper than that, you know. So then after 9th grade, I started doing good. Like, I started doing good. I had teachers that I liked, and I just kind of started doing what I was supposed to do. Then 10th grade, I got sent back home, which I'm gonna tell you guys a story about some other time. But I got sent back home, and that was pretty much that. Had to deal with that. That's another story time for another day, because it's so freaking long and it's so stupid. And then came back. I had 11th grade, graduated 11th grade and stuff. Then I was working, sending my mom money back home. I was working 2 jobs. Then I started going to, I started doing cross country. So I started working 2 jobs and was just sending my mom back home money and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I was doing. I was doing cross country and track. I did long distance. With cross country, I wanted to go off to school for it. I wanted to go to school to be able, like run cross country at school and stuff. And I was doing summer track also. And my dad basically did not want to fill out the paperwork for me to go off to school. It was a selfish move. He didn't want to do it. I know why he didn't want to do it. It's very selfish. My coaches at the time were pretty much like, you know, you gotta live for you. If this is something you want to do, do it. Pretty much. It was crazy. After that whole situation, I just ended up staying. I went to a community college, and after that I was just working jobs. That's pretty much all I was doing, nothing else. Then stuff happened, got kicked out. That's also another story time. I got kicked out, and now I'm living on my own and stuff like that. I also forgot to tell you guys, like, while I was doing cross country and track and stuff like that, I was doing summer track, and while I was doing that, I was still applying. I applied for my citizenship. I ended up getting my citizenship. It's this booklet that they give you, and they also give you a CD to go with it. And I was studying for my citizenship the whole time. I believe I had to pay like $680. This between $600 to $700 to take the test. And I took the test and everything, passed it, but they took longer to give me my information because I was already a citizen, but no one ever notified, I guess, my family that we were already citizens to not go and retake the test. Or I guess I came over here at an age where I was already considered a citizen. So I didn't need to take the test nor pay my $680, and I did because my whole goal was to become a US citizen. So I came to America and I could start working and stuff. That was my goal, was to become a US citizen. And the whole time, your girl was already a citizen, but no one ever notified my family, so that's why that was still my goal. So yeah, so that's how that cookie crumbled. Oh, play all day. This is the look. I've never done anything like this before, you guys. I was already a citizen. They did not give me back my money, obviously, because it's America. And after that, I ended up getting kicked out. I now have my own place. That is my experience in America, I guess. So far I have not met, like, I've met Jamaican friends, but I don't know if I'm just not a friend person or what, but I can't see, like, my brothers have had the same Jamaican friends since high school. With me, every time I meet Jamaicans, it's always something sus. And so I kind of just stop dealing with it. It's either it's just too much. I guess it's too much. But I will like Jamaican friends that are actually genuine people, are actually nice. But I don't have any, and it sucks because I have my moment where I'm homesick and I just kind of want, you know. And I don't really have a relationship with my mom because I don't really want a relationship with my family. And when I tell my story times, you guys will understand why. But yeah, I don't really want a relationship with anyone because I'm just kind of like over, you know, the toxicity, I guess. I'm over the shenanigans. So yeah, that's my experience. I'm trying to see what else. I have other story times in it, but that was my experience coming to America. I came, the airport was big. It the flight was cool, I guess. I was young and it was my first time flying, so of course it was cool. I don't know, I enjoyed myself. Now in recent times I kind of just, a lot of people think I'm something else though. They never guess Jamaica. And then a lot of people always be like, oh my god, why are you here if you're Jamaican? It's such a big girl. It's a third world country. It's a third world country, okay? That's why I'm here. It's a third world country. And I'm trying to make something of myself. Because even though I don't talk to my family and stuff like that, if, you know, if I, as you know, my mom and my sister, if I have it, I would definitely give it to them. As far as everybody else, none of my business, none of my business, because it's not. I'm sorry, this story time, this first story time wasn't so entertaining. It's just, it was kind of bummy. It's a bummy story time, okay? People always ask me if I miss back home. I have my period of times where I get really homesick. I've been back home. That's also another story time with the foolishness. It wasn't voluntarily, I'll tell you that. But I've had my, hold on you guys. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, like, I still don't know why I got bullied. I really don't know. It's kind of, I'm kind of confused and I would like some answers. I also had this one guy I had a crush on, and I remember I only had a crush on actually one guy, like my whole life, I guess. Not my whole life, but it was just one guy. And I remember him telling me my face was too bumpy, it was not cute. Obviously we're like in 6th grade, so guys are already a shit show. So now looking back at that, I'm laughing, but I had really bad acne and he was just like, no, I don't want to be with you because your face is this and your face is that. But the girl he dated, her face was a shit show. Now he's like engaged to a really pretty girl, which, you know, I think that's really cute and they're perfect for each other. But back then I was like, don't do that. Don't do that. I want to put on lashes with this look, but we don't know how that's gonna go. You see I'm already struggling to do this wing eyeliner. But honestly, I had some really interesting experiences in America. It's been very interesting. And I have had my periods, like I was saying before, where I do get like really sad because I miss home. And a lot of people have been like, you know, I think the first thing most Jamaicans ask is like, first they ask, I guess, which part you're from. Then they ask, have you been back? And I'm not really close to my family like that, so, you know, it's kind of like going back for what? Until I can get a house there and stuff like that, it's like going back for what, you know? I miss the country itself, and I have my moments where I get really depressed, you guys, because I'm homesick. And so that's why I think it's so cute seeing Bretman Rock, like he can go back to his little island and stuff. I think that is so freaking cute. Like, that is so cute. Because I would like to be able to do that. I would like to, not necessarily Jamaica, but I would like to be able to go to an island or something. I would like to go to like an island or something. I have not been on any vacation and stuff like that. But my experience in America has been interesting for so far. I'll always miss back home. But, you know, I've met a couple Jamaicans over here. One of them was like, I had a job, that's gonna be a story time, where, and every time I tell people I'm Jamaican, they always like equate that with partying. And I understand why, but I'm like, I'm very boring. So don't come up here with that. I also don't eat meat. Don't come up here with that. You know, all these things that people do not like to hear if you're Jamaican, I guess. Yeah. I had this one co-worker that was Jamaican try to talk to me, or whatever, smash, whatever you want to call it. He was not cute. And I'm like, dude, I have a girlfriend that also works here. Would you mind backing away? Also met Jamaican manager. That was also interesting. So it's interesting seeing your own kind in the country that you're also in. So it's really, really interesting. I will say that. But I miss back home. Whenever I go on these apps, I didn't meet like some Jamaicans on there. I had to cut one of them off. Like, I was actually really, really hoping we could have been cool, but she ended up ruining it in my eyes. And I was like, you know, let's just cut it here. But I was really, really sad. Like, I was really, really sad. My girlfriend ended up ordering me, like, you know how they have the little box, they have like, I guess if you miss back home, she ended up ordering me a little box with all my favorite Jamaican snacks and goodies, and I really thought that was really sweet, because I didn't even know they had stuff like that. I didn't even know. A lot of other people that I met when I was working in retail and stuff, like, oh my god, why are you here? I'm like, you obviously know nothing about the country, because all you see is the resorts and stuff. But you know, every country has their own problems, and Jamaica's problem is poverty. It's a very poor country. But yeah, I think that was one of the most iconic moments of my life, is when they were like, you're not dark skinned, how are you Jamaican? My iconic moment of my life is also getting bullied by Haitian. And now I'm not really too keen on Haitians. I kind of just go my way, they go theirs, and that's kind of it. But I love all the islands, but I'm saying, as far as like me, I think I'm just scarred. I'm scarred from that situation. But I ran into a lot of Haitian men, and I think they're so beautiful. I think they're beautiful. I will be more so to date a Haitian man than I am to, or like have as my baby father or something, than I am to have a Jamaican baby father. Because I told myself I would never date a Jamaican, and you know what, my very first girlfriend, her family were Jamaican, so there's that. That was it. It wasn't nothing too crazy with my experience here. I've had a lot of crazy experiences here that's also different story times, but I just wanted to introduce myself to you guys so you guys can know like who you're watching, I guess. Alright guys, so I'm baking right now, but I forgot to mention that one thing that I found weird when I came to America is that there's so much racism. Now back home, I've seen like one white person like on the beach, and I waved at him. He waved back, everything was fine. Now when I came over here, it's racism. First of all, my dad and stuff, they didn't really teach us about racism and stuff like that. Also, like I said, back home, the island is full of a lot of black people, so there's colorism where in the community, because I remember being at my grandfather's funeral and this lady was pointing at my chest like, this is gonna get you far, this is gonna get you far. And as a kid, you don't really put two and two together, but now I'm like, oh, she was talking about my color. And I remember I came over here and I was delivering food because I used to do Uber Eats, and this African guy was like, he was just, outside. I don't know why he was outside, girl. But he was basically like, how are you so light skinned? And I was like, huh? Because you guys, I love chocolate. I love brown skinned people. I love how they look. I really admire it. Because I have my mom had 4 kids, 2 light skinned, 2 dark skinned, and I live for it. I live for them because I always wanted to look like them, because I always be like, girl, I just don't like being pale, okay? I've always admired how my brothers and sisters, how their skin looked in the sun. I've always just admired them, because I was like, that's just so pretty. Anyways, so he was basically like, how are you so light skinned and you Jamaican? Like, I was like, girl, I've never, what? I thought we evolved. And he was chocolate, and he's asking me this, and I'm looking at him like, what? So I was just like, well, my mom and my dad is light skinned, so yeah, do with that information what you will. Also, yeah, I didn't realize it was so much racism going on against like colored folks, black people. I didn't really realize that. I was like, because we weren't taught that on the island. The only thing that we dealt with in our community is like corrupt police, corrupt government system, and just, these are the things I remember growing up. Obviously there's more issues than I mentioned in, but I remember it being colorist, and then everybody loved my brother because he had hazel eyes. Yeah, that's what I remember. And then coming over here, it's like, you black? Watch out. Over there is like, girl, the government system is corrupt, so just stay out of their way and you be good. But over here it's like, it's picking on a specific group of people. And I've experienced racism before, and you know, I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. Alright guys, so I am going to get ready, show you guys my fit, and yeah, so this is it. I'm living for this look. Let me zoom in. My necklaces. I like it. Alright guys, so this is the full look. I'm gonna show you guys the full look. If I don't, make sure you follow me on my Instagram, and then there's the same handle as it is on my YouTube. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video. And also just follow my Instagram, because that's where I do polls for these type of videos, for sit downs and chat with me and stuff. And so we can communicate, you know? Alright, bye. I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh my god. How can you not hear me?
Call, I can't hear you, so.
Why?
I don't know. I said hello and I can't hear anything.
Okay. And yeah, wow, let's try again.